What's up, guys? I'm Johan.
Ricky.
And we're gonna film a little interview type thing, just because we got new subscribers. And for all you new people, thank you guys.
We appreciate every single one of you guys.
Yeah, so we have a few questions we're gonna ask each other about the cars. Who's calling me? Let me answer this. Alright, excuse for Zach bothering me. Well, he didn't bother me, he just called me. He is my boss, so it was about work. He's Ricky's boss now too. Alright, but yeah, so we're gonna do questions about our cars and about who we are. Since not all of you guys know us, I wanted Pris to get here, but she's not here. And then we can't do anyone else because everyone else is working. So yeah, let's do this.
I'm Ricky. I'm 17. I was born in Watsonville. It's a very plain...
Wait, you're 17?
Oh, fuck. 18. I just turned 18, actually. On November 15th. Today's December something. Anyways, so I was born in Watsonville. It's a really plain town. Not a lot of car stuff goes around here, but... Or at least drifting. But we have our own little group.
I'm Johan. I'm 19 years old, and I was born and raised in Watsonville. There's honestly nothing to do here. A lot of it revolves around drugs and gangs and all that shit. So when it comes down to us and we want to do something with cars, it's honestly pretty hard to do, just because there's not the support here. If anything, we probably get more people putting us down here than we would somewhere else. So this is something hard for us to actually do.
Okay. Hi guys, my name's Pris. I'm 20 years old, and yeah, that's it.
My brother got me into cars when I was about maybe 7. He took me to Formula Drift, and it was in Long Beach, and I got to meet a few pro drifters. I don't remember, but I have a few pictures, and it was just really fun. I never experienced it, and he had a few cars of his own, a 510 and a 280Z, so that got me into cars.
What got me into cars was actually Ricky. So I met him freshman year in our math class just because our birthdays. He's born November 15th, I'm born November 25th. So that's what, made us become friends, and he's always been into cars. So I was into football, but I got hurt, and then I started hanging out with him. I fucked up all my grades because we kept on ditching, especially once he got the Z. So, just being with him, I grew to love cars. I grew to love drifting as well. So
what got me into cars was Johan and Ricky, I guess. Well, Ricky got Johan into cars, and then obviously as a girlfriend I had to be supportive. And so when Johan took me to the first drift event, I met a girl named Sherry, and she's basically pro at drifting, and so I got to ride along with her. And after that ride along, my life changed. I was just wow, I want my boyfriend to drift, and I want to be in the passenger side. But I don't know, maybe one day I'll drift too, once they teach me. And yeah, basically that's how I got into it. I mean, there's not really much another reason. I was supportive, and then eventually I ended up liking it. And I spent a lot of time with the guys, so yeah.
So this thing's my first car. I used to drive my mom's Acura RL. That thing was nice, comfortable. Then I got this thing maybe almost the end of junior year, I think. And this thing got me into a lot of trouble.
first car was this thing. It's a 1990 Mazda Miata.
What didn't the car have?
Oh, yeah, no. So getting it, the dude said the car was overheating, and we went and got it. I think we got it for what, $1,400. Went and got it, and the car had no coolant.
Okay, so my first car was a family minivan. It was a 2012 Toyota, and yeah, that van was like the longest van you'll ever see, and that's where I would take all the guys, to like hang out and stuff. So yeah, that that was my first car.
The first thing I did to this thing was weld the diff, and a couple weeks later after that, I got my coilovers, my BC Racing coils. I wish I got the coils first, because I always wanted to do like mountain runs, but I never got to, because I welded the diff, and my first day welding the diff, I hit a turn at West Marine. It was like a roundabout, and I was so stoked.
The first mod, I wouldn't say, I got my roll bar and the steering wheel set up at the same time, I believe, from this dude in San Jose. So I wouldn't say it's a roll bar, but I would consider the steering wheel a first mod.
Top 4 favorite cars. Has to be one of these. This is one of my favorites. I hated them at first. I hated them when I was younger, but this turned into one of my favorites. My second would probably be R34 Skyline. There's a lot of those Skylines are my favorite, but I'd probably say E46 M3. Those things are really nice. And 240s. I just love 240s. Who doesn't?
Yeah. Okay. My top 4 favorite cars is, well, the first one is a Genesis Coupe. I really want that car. The second one is a Audi R8. That's like basically the dream car because I don't want to make that realistic. The third car would be I would say the Supis. I like Supis. And the fourth one would probably be a Miata, just because of this Miata. I like Miatas.
I'd probably say like maybe 2500 because the coils, wheels, steering wheel, shift knob, solid diff pushing and stuff like that.
Favorite company, I would say Reno. I emailed the dude and he asked me if I were to go pick it up in San Francisco. That's where he's based out of. I live like an hour away from here, hour and a half. So the day that I actually went over there, I drove this thing, and my homies Max and Socrates and Ricky, they all went in their little Honda. And this thing actually broke down maybe like half a mile away from the exit. So I had to get it towed back home. But we actually ended up still going to Reno and then getting their steering wheels. Met the dude, super cool guy. Yeah, so if you guys want to get a steering wheel for not too expensive, I would recommend Reno for sure.
My favorite company has to be Part Shop Max because I just like their looks. But I have BC Racing coils. But PBM has to be one because of their main focus is like drifting, and I really like that. And their parts are affordable. So yeah.
Future sponsors that I wish I could have, it would be, I'm not sure if I would say tires, just because, you know, drifting in a Miata doesn't really go through tires. But I would maybe say like someone who hooks up with like interior parts. You know, because I really want to, you know, step in my interior game. Maybe like I don't know, someone who sells like turbo parts. You know, I'm not asking for free shit, but you know, I will take a discount any day.
The annoying thing about owning a drift car is if you have a welded diff, you know, like you understand. But I mean, other than that, it's like seeing people at car shows or car events, because most of the times people will tell you to drift, and sometimes you don't feel like it. Or if you're just riding with somebody, someone will be like, hey, let's go drifting or something, you know. Not all the time you feel like drifting, but that'd be one of them that bugged me a lot.
Something annoying about a drift car. So many issues with it. Oh my god. The Miata has caused so much stress. Money issues, like everything you can think of. Like, it's probably, honestly, that's the most annoying part. Oh, also this Miata, I think they've told you before, but it doesn't have air conditioning. And obviously it's not important because it's a drift car, but to me it's important anyways. So yeah, everything's annoying about it.
something I wish I could do, but it's really expensive. I'd really like to rebuild this thing, because if you have a Z, you might relate, especially if you have a D. These things burn a lot of oil, and mine's reaching that like 150,000 mark. So once it gets there, it's like I feel like the car dies, like on the spot.
Okay, something I wish I had on the Miata is a big ass battle arrow wing. Like, I want that shit now. But yeah, that's pretty much. Oh, and a nice paint job.